Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. And it's time to get live with Captain 85. You already know what time it is. If you don't know, you better ask somebody because it's about to go down. And of course, I got my favorite alumni from Old Dominion University. I got the one and only Simply C as my co-host. She's always in the cut, in the joint. Hey, Simply C, can you hear me?
Yes, I
Can
can
you
hear
hear me now?
you.
You're gonna send a shout out to the people, Simply C.
Hey, everybody. Welcome.
Yeah, yeah.
I
It's
never know
always an
what
exciting
to say.
time when you come to the best of the 7-5. So we don't play around. We don't mess around. We get the work done. We get the job done.
Correct.
We get it done. Ain't no doubt about that. So yesterday we had an exciting time. While we were waiting on our guest to appear. As soon as she, pop in, we'll be ready
Just
to
started.
engage with, what she's got going on because this lady got everything going on.
It's
She
really nice to see everybody with their
yeah.
community events and things to give back
Hmm.
and keeping kids engaged. It's
Yeah.
exciting.
But that's the point. That's the key thing. That's the only way you're gonna stop the violence and let the young people know that hey, we care about you, we need you, we support you, and we don't want you to think that we just do this just hey, for the dollar bill or
Mm-hmm.
the
The
publicity
attention
and
or
yeah, so when you're interacting with young people, they have to have your full attention.
mm-hmm.
You can't when you're talking to a group, that's a group attention.
Mm-hmm.
But when you want to focus on what young people are doing, you got to talk to them and let them know, hey, I'm serious about what I'm talking about. I'm serious about what I'm doing. And if you
Mm-hmm.
do that, they'll support what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's what they do. I
They really
mean,
just want to know that you care and
right.
that you're out here with their best interests at heart.
Yeah. So how did you enjoy yesterday?
Yesterday was really cool.
Mhm.
It was nice to see that there could be. I know they kept saying like the population was smaller than with the little kids, but with
Mhm.
older kids, I think it's more important that it's smaller and that they can get that one-on-one individual attention so that they know,
Right.
hey, he's actually looking out for me.
Yeah.
Um, I think because it was the first day, everyone was nervous still, so everyone was participating, but there wasn't a lot of extra chatter or goofy activity going on. So
Right.
yeah, I'm excited to see like what comes with the end of it and how the kids evolve.
Mhm. Well, that's the key. Like I said, everything you have to have people that have the same mindset, the same thing that everybody's engaged in.
Hmm.
It's on the same page.
Yeah.
That's the point. Everybody has to be on the same page. One can't be like, I know everything. One point, I ain't listening. I'd rather do it by myself. See you. Bye.
Hmm.
We know that we're not trying to get everybody. Uh, we want everybody to be on the same page.
Hmm.
We want um, we want everybody to be a part of what we're doing.
Hmm.
And the most important thing is that everybody that start ain't gonna finish.
I mean, that's
Everybody,
true too.
yeah, yeah, because everybody gonna like make excuses. Well, I had something to do. I had
Hmm.
something to do because most that's what's happening. Um, that's what happened when you're being not being responsible going to PTA meetings. Parents don't go to the PTA meetings to find out what their kids are doing, but
Hmm.
yet listen to the children complain about what the teacher's doing.
Hmm.
And then when you engage with the teacher, you're arguing instead of trying to get the information that you need to help your child and making sure that he's doing the right thing when she gives him an assignment in class,
Hmm.
because
It's
everybody
for the
wants to be happy.
community to make sure that the kids stay on track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that with me is with my kids. I try to make it to all the PTA meetings. And when I was working and I couldn't, then I would have to engage. My wife would go with my sons, or Alice would go with our two sons and see, and she was also Alice was in the PTA, you know, I forgot what position she was, it vice president or something in
Mm-hmm.
the PTA meeting in Virginia Beach. And it's you have to be engaged with activities like when Serena come on. I think she might be here.
I
No.
put the two pictures.
Oh, you put the two pictures. Oh, okay. She hasn't got her yet. But the thing is, you got to be involved.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to be involved with the teachers. You got to be involved with the principals.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't just go out there and say, "Well, I'm gonna do this and do that," and it's a policy. Everybody has rules and regulations they got to follow,
Mm-hmm.
whether or not you like them or not. Everything is put in place to make sure your child is safe, make sure your child is listening and paying attention, and making sure that he's not bringing things to harm himself or the class.
Yep.
So, when it comes to teachers, they have their hands full. So, I mean, like I tell people, I run a club, but if I didn't have the right staff in place,
it wouldn't have really succeeded.
I wouldn't have succeeded.
Yeah.
Most of the clubs I ran and managed and promoted, Picasso's, which we wound up owning for 15 years in one location. Luxury Brown, I was there for a year before I got fired.
Mm-hmm.
No, I went in. Let's see. No, I went in 2007. 2009, I got fired. But hey, I'm a contractor. That's what happens when you don't agree with the policies of an owner or whoever hires you to do it. I'm strictly by making sure, one, it's not about making just money. It's about making the place safe, making sure that everybody there is comfortable, and making sure the customer is being treated like a customer.
Because the business isn't necessarily the facade. The business isn't necessarily the face that people see. It's more about the connections that you're developing between employees, the guests, other contractors, and everything.
Because the security is really not your front line in the club. See, people think the security is the front line. No, sir. The front line is your customer. Because they're going to alert you to things that your security might be over here trying to get his rap on and not paying attention. Customers will, hey,
something ain't right over there.
What's that? Your neck hurt? You want me to rub it? Then they do one of these.
Like, can you go look? And I'm trying not to be obvious.
Yeah, I ain't trying to get that light put on me.
Right.
But we have to understand that it's in a club that holds, most of the clubs I manage or run or entertain in is well over anywhere capacity from 5 something to maybe the minimum was 3. I think at Club Royal Blue, it was 375. When I went to Picasso, when I opened up Picasso's, that was 850. So the numbers in Luxury Brown, Heartbreak Cafe, Night Fever, those numbers were 5 to 6 something. So when people don't understand it, you're dealing with large numbers, a lot of attitudes. Everybody wants to be seen, and if they ain't getting attention, most of the time attention is got because you want to yell at people, you want to use profanity, you want to disrupt, the person's night. I mean, I had one guy come in and put his whole hand in a lady's birthday cake.
That's disgusting.
It was disgusting when he left too. Sorry, buddy. Wrong place at the wrong time, wrong color at the wrong time. You were just gonna walk up to the lady, take his whole hand and start eating
my cake. Who cares? It's not your cake.
It's your cake now.
Yeah.
And the cake that you're getting, when you're walking out the door, you're just lucky I didn't arrest you. Like I keep telling people, when you come to my establishment, you got to know one thing. If you don't follow the rules and regulations, I'm going to be the one. to take a one out on you.
I mean, my CW2 and ROTC put it a little bit more bluntly because
Right.
his rule was based off the military, and he said 9 times out of 10 the rule's made because somebody died, and they had to make that so that doesn't happen to someone else.
Right.
And in his example was headphones in this one area on a ship. You're not supposed to wear them. There's signs everywhere leading up to it. When you get there, there's another sign like on the door. This guy ignored it. The system went off, and he's no longer. So that kind of put it in check for all of us in ROTC.
Yeah. Hey, as I grew up in the old school days, the saying was, a hard head will make a soft butt.
behind.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that's why when dealing with young people, you got to talk to them and let them know. And I talk to them. I sit and talk just like I'm talking now. That's why I talk so much, because I talk to people, because I don't know everything, but I know somewhere along the way we can relate to some of the things I say. You may not like me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not there to win on an Academy Award. I personally invited you to a club because all the clubs I ever went in, I write my own copy.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't voice it, because I write for certain like anybody else copyright. They write for certain characteristics in a voice.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do is I write all my commercials. For the last 50 years, I've been writing commercials. That's a lot of commercials, because I wrote a commercial for every single day I opened. I didn't write one for Monday, and it run all the way up to Saturday. No. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
It was a whole different thing.
Right. And that's how you have to captivate the audience and stuff. And then when you come in a club, we had trained our people, security inside and out. Yes, sir. Good evening, ma'am. How you doing? How, and even when the ABC people, when we had the hearing of Picasso, they talk about they treated the customers like royalty, saying yes, sir, and no, sir, and yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. I'm like, I wasn't in there, but I got the transcript. I mean, we're a black business, and we're not supposed to treat our people with yes, sir, and no, sir. See, this is the thing what people don't understand is only person supposed to get that yes, sir, and no, ma'am is them. So when we start treating our people with yes, sir, and no, sir, thank you, ma'am, I really appreciate you coming. They get an attitude. What is this? What are you doing? I was the first one in the area. People was doing black parties at the hotels and stuff. I was the first one to put it on the sign at Picasso's. Man, the shopping center owner came out and said, hey, what you got up there? I said, it's Black Friday. He said, you got to take that down.
Why? I
said, why should I do that? Because I said so. I said, when you start paying the rent, then I can take it down. But other than that, it's not coming down. I ain't hear no more from him, because I keep trying to tell people, you can threaten me with a lot of stuff, but I got a lease and a contract.
And it's also the way you respond. I've gotten a lot better with that recently. There have already been a couple incidences with drunk people at my job, just listeners, not even listeners, just people at an event. And I've been proud of how I handled it versus how I would have handled it 2 years ago, or how I would have wanted to handle it before. You guys just have a way of speaking in a way that's very firm and disarming, and let you know, like, hey, this is my standard and you can't step off of it. Like, what do you really have any grounds to say? Right. And they think about that as they're responding, and then they move accordingly after that.
So. Yeah. So like I said, I don't deal at what in real time. It's called your external public. That's the police, health department, everybody that's got authority over. They have authority over me. As long as I ain't breaking no rules. If I ain't breaking no rules, you don't have any authority over me. I have it over you, because I'm strictly by the book. I know how many people I'm supposed to have in the club. I know what my kitchen supposed to look like, because I done took the health. I never failed a health inspection. Never. In the years that I managed clubs in Virginia Beach, never once I failed a health inspection. and they don't tell you when they're coming.
Right.
And if it's not clean, they walk in, they got all these little tricks they do so they can get you. And like I keep telling people, I studied the book. I watch the videos when I go to those classes. I never failed. I passed it. That's why the reason why I don't manage now, because I don't want to manage. I turned my health certificate certification for general manager of a club. I let it expire. I wouldn't even renew it. Now, if I go back, I got to pay about $300-400 to get it reinstated.
So it's more now than it used to be.
Yeah. So and plus, you got to read the book. And then probably add and change something to it. But I look at making sure that the quality of the entertainment, if you got good entertainment, and you got good employees. I hear about Picasso, they had over 20 some employees, close to 30. That every night that we opened, that was major, they were there. And but even at Luxury Brown, but like I keep telling people, the safety is for you. The only person that have that type of security is the president. People are like, why you gotta do all this? Why you gotta search me? Because see, when you go in there, I know the only person that's supposed to have a gun is the ones outside. My external, all the police and all those people. I even had police would come in and like, yo, I just got off, but I got to keep my service weapon with me. Not in here. But I'm a police. You're not in here, bro. The rule goes for everybody.
Right.
You're now consuming alcohol. Suppose somebody bump you, your gun fall on the floor. Anything can happen.
Right.
You're right. I tell you what, I'll be back. I'm gonna go and take it home and then come back. Ain't nobody gonna bother you in here. Everybody know you. Everybody know you popo. They tell about the way you move.
That and they sometimes they convict them and then they see them in the club.
Right. What you gonna do? Shoot the person in the club?
I don't know. I thought that was funny.
These are the things that most customers don't understand. That running a club is very, very, very got to be secure. If it's not secure from the external, internal people, you can get in trouble. I had a security. I had an employee at one of the clubs I won't mention, and he had a weapon, went outside and got it because the guy cursed at him. I'm like, what? I know you need to put that outside, and you off tonight. You off. Don't even come back. Now see, they ain't gonna talk to me that kind of way.
Was he already intoxicated or was he sober?
What the employee?
Yes. Oh, he had to be sober. Yeah.
He wasn't intoxicated. He just, I don't want to
like how he spoke.
He didn't like the way the customer spoke, but I understand what the customer meant. Because, I don't want to get into what his position was because people would know who he was. But I know why the customer got upset. And that's what matters, as long as I know. And because I'm the one that has to make the decisions on whether or not to go to calm one or calm two.
Right.
I got to keep everything. I got to keep everybody safe.
And that's where the connection comes in hand. Because if you didn't take the time to develop those relationships, it could have went any kind of way. Yeah.
But with you, we went out to Joe Smith thing yesterday. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Well, yeah, it was pretty cool. I stayed with you there because I realized I would just be sitting there watching kids play basketball on my own. So I left with you as well. But it was really nice to see that the kids were really engaged and learning something. They kind of did the same drills I remember from ODUs last year. And he would take the time and work with them on their form and stuff like that, or in between the exercises, talk to them, take a break, have lunch with them. Among them, there's no real, he is the authority, but there's no separation of like a space, if that makes sense.
Right.
So it was really nice to see.
Yeah, that's good. Did you get those pictures, or
I put them in here? Let me see if it'll let me present.
I have to do it, or
you? You have to do it.
Huh?
You have to click on them. I put them in.
I didn't know.
So that's us with his friend, with that big basketball player in the background.
Yeah.
His friend is helping him with the logistics of everything and
Mhm.
marketing, which is why they've been on the show a couple times.
Yeah.
And then he served everyone lunch and everything. So that was cool.
Other people, yeah. And because hopefully I'll have him on the show next week.
Okay.
To talk about his component of what he wants to do in the community for young people as well. Let me get the other picture of you and Joe.
And this is Joe Smith.
Oh! He can been down for you.
See, I had to say, let me take a selfie real quick. So I really like that they're working together and they're working on their strengths.
Yeah.
There's something I was about to say. Oh, yeah. While we were sitting there for lunch, everybody just walked up to him and started talking to him. And to me, it's, wow, I don't think I want to be that famous and come back home.
Yeah.
I learned I have a family friend who went to high school with him. And so they weren't fanning about it. They were just like, oh, yeah, I went to school with him. He's good. But when I got there and I realized all of the staff for the venue just walked by, oh, hey, how was this at whatever the thing he's doing out of town is? Or what's it like traveling X, Y, and Z? And he's eating at the same time. So he can't even enjoy his lunch without being a celebrity.
Right.
That was a little bit eye-opening. But it was cool. And he approached everyone the same way, respectfully, with care. He answered all their questions, or he just kind of took a bite of his sandwich and let them keep talking.
Yeah. Well, even with me, I'm like, I forgot he's eating. Let me shut up.
Well, it worked because he's eating. So you talking saves him having to have a conversation. And he's going to be talking through the camp anyway. But those people walking up and asking him something completely unrelated to today or yesterday, that was pretty interesting to see. So it was cool.
Yeah, he's a scholar and a gentleman. So like I keep telling people, when you meet these celebrities, see, this is what he did to me. Let me show you. When we took a picture, this is what I look like.
Oh, you did get a picture.
No, when he was at
he didn't bend over.
He didn't bend over.
He said, "I'm tall."
Okay, you're gonna be like that, huh? See, you see the difference.
Yeah.
You know you're wrong.
You didn't take a selfie. You took a picture.
Yeah, because I ain't want to fall. I did not want to fall. I'll be like, you can't stand up by yourself. And he ain't gonna pick you up, so just let somebody else take the picture.
Yeah,
but it was fun. It's always important because that picture was taken at city councilman of the 7th district, Ball Screen. He was over at the senior citizen place with Joe. Joe Smith came over there and interacted with the seniors, and that was something that was nice as well. When you have an opportunity to engage with people, and that city council, Ball Screen of the 7th district of Virginia Beach, Virginia, who also was influencing getting Joe Smith, to do the basketball camp down there. So this is the first year. I think it was a great turnout because when you do things like this and people not be prepared, they had a month maybe to be prepared. But when you got more than one kid at the price for a 2-day event and service and having food and having things where it's safe environment, at the complex that was where it was held at, it takes a lot of moving parts, but I think for the first 2 weeks,
I think they did really good.
Yeah,
because I'm remembering I worked with ODUs last year, so I'm remembering there were some kinks they hadn't figured out quite yet that I didn't see in this camp. And the experience, I'm not going to say the experience difference, but you can kind of tell they had a difference of time to invest towards working it out, if that makes sense.
Right.
It also makes me really proud to see an athlete coming back to the community, because that's something they drill into our athletes at ODU. It doesn't matter what sport, they make them do community service. And they make it exciting and they make it engaging, but it shows me that however many years, let's even say this man is might be 20 years out of college.
Mm-hmm.
It's still important to him to come back.
Right.
And the fact that they're drilling it into these youth now as they're fresh out of high school until they graduate, say, hey, it's important. These people support you. They buy your tickets. They're the ones that are keeping you going. Show that you have care with them and go get to know these people, and help the next generation. Go help the youth. They make them go, not make them. But there's an option to go read to elementary schools and engage with kids, and then show in high schools and stuff like that. And for him to, again, as an adult, come back and be that example is really cool.
Okay. Yeah. So it's like I said, it's important, for everybody to know that when you're dealing with young people, that they have to want to be there when it's all said and done. This is a lifetime experience to be with an NBA legend, Joe Smith. They will have that memory, and for a lifetime. So when they see him on TV or when they see him walking down the street,
I did a summer camp with that guy. Oh yeah, it was right downtown. Yeah, the Virginia Beach Center. Yeah. I didn't know you could do that there. Well, how many kids were in there? Oh, I was like the first 20. This is like however many years ago. They can brag about it.
Yeah. But the way they were shooting, I took
they were pros already.
Man, I'm like, the first week, the
first day. That was Monday. Right. That was only like 3 or 4 hours into an entire week of program.
Right. And they were shooting like they was like playing basketball for real.
And like, you could tell if they missed, they were kind of disappointed and they wanted to redo it, but they would wait and take their turn, and then they did it the second time. So that was really nice. That's
the training. See, that's the training that you got to learn to be patient, wait your time, pace yourself, and be ready to activate. Because it's the same thing with martial arts. You might be ready to go out there and kick somebody's butt, but it don't work that way.
There's an order.
When I took martial arts under Kenny Wright over in Portsmouth, he was like a 4th or 5th degree black belt. Mess around if you want him. Like you was mad because he told you to do something. Boy, he broke. I didn't go. I didn't go in to that night to do to the practice in martial arts. And my brother-in-law did. He broke his arm.
Oof.
Fractured his nose.
And that's just a part of the practice.
And that was practice.
Yeah.
Because my teacher, I was studying Taekwondo, and then I went and took it was a class, a week, a 2-day class at another school, and that was Kung Fu. The guy jumped up in the air and did a roundhouse, and I can keep telling people I'm spiritual, and my spirit said, "You better lean back." I leaned back, and he was in the air coming. I felt the wind from his toe because his toe just touched my jaw.
Imagine if it would have hit full force.
Yeah, he would have broke my jaw. Yeah. So when I went back into my Kimadachi stand and all that, start moving, I got him. I jumped clean because I could jump real high in the air and came down on his feet.
Oof.
With all my weight on my right leg. And he's like, he was mad. Yeah. He was mad. He dismissed the class. He said, "You try to break my foot."
Oh, the teacher.
Yeah.
Oh, he tried to break your jaw. Ain't no
difference. That's what I told him. I said, "You tried to break my jaw." And as soon as I got outside, you don't feel nothing like that until you go outside and the air touches.
And your adrenaline is gone.
Yeah. And your face and your jaw, my jaw almost locked. So I had to go get ice when I got home. So people don't know when you're learning techniques, you have to be focused. And that's what I'm saying about those young people at Joe Smith camp. They were focused because I ain't seen no. Last week it was 7
Well,
and
those
8,
are
7 and 4.
kids.
But they were shooting. They were shooting just like the kids you saw yesterday.
Oh, okay, that's good.
They was. I got videos.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying is. But for some reason I couldn't. I don't know. I mailed them, but they didn't show up. But I don't know what happened to Serena Mann. But I'm gonna go ahead and fill the people in on why she was coming on today.
She
And
also was giving back to the children. I'm trying
yeah,
to pull up the flyer on
she's
my
got an
phone.
event coming up this Saturday. But let me put her picture up there so people know who I'm talking about. This is Serena Mann. I know she's probably busy doing something. I done text her a couple of times. Hey, break away for 5 minutes. You got me on
Mhm.
a limb. But I could fill in just a little bit about the event she got coming up this Saturday right here. I don't know if you do. You see that on your end?
I can see it.
Can you read it? Because
Oh, 757 Youth Explosion. It
yeah,
takes a village. So
okay,
there's going to be faith, fellowship, food, fun, live music, speakers, vendors, and more.
yeah, and this is coming
And
up.
it's free.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. All this stuff is coming up this Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So she's probably doing something now. That's what I'm saying. And she's always doing something, and I try to get her to come on so she could pop in so people can see what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
Faith is fellowshipping, food, fun, and live music. Speakers, and that'll be vineyard. I mean, people there that would, that's got venue tables going to be there. It's going to be a
Mm-hmm.
whole big thing, and that's going to be held at. This one's that First Baptist Church.
Filbert
Rolling,
Street. Is
Rolling
that
Brook.
the one right over there off the interstate?
Yeah, July. It might be. I'm not familiar with that church, but that's one. She got several events going down, and that's why I wanted her to hear, so she could tell. Uh, you know, and she got one coming up in August. That's going to be in Portsmouth. Similar to what that is, but I try to focus on the one that's closer
Mm-hmm.
than to go ahead and put something a week or two out. But she gives back to the community 199%.
Mm-hmm. This church is actually across the street from Granby High.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm. I was thinking it was the other. There's a Baptist church right off the highway when you get
Uh-huh.
off in the tunnel.
Okay.
This is the one that's right across from Granby High.
Grammy High.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's good to know. I some of the people that's going to be there. I know special guest producer and artist William T. Stars. He's going to be there he's on that event. He's the guy in the middle right here with the head on. And let me see if I know I had uploaded his music last week. Let me see that I have his song up here. Where is it? I might have taken it down, but never. I'll look for it later. Before we go off, hopefully I can find it. But also, we still got the event going on with the Eventbrite. This event right here.
The venue 757 one.
Yeah,
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, that's going to be going down. Matter of fact, that's August too. But you got to get your tickets because they got celebrities, and I think they just added some more people on.
Mm-hmm.
I know they added me on, and as a host, like City Councilman Cash Green, he's going to be there to whatever they got us doing. I don't know if it's red carpet or bringing one of the.
He's everywhere in the community.
Yeah. That's really why I noticed him last year. Because he was in the parade.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't remember that.
Yeah, he was in the convertible when he was running for city council. And like I tell people, I watch what people do, and every time I saw him out doing something, he was always by himself.
Oh, okay.
And I said, who that reminds you of?
Yeah.
Me. Because even with my son Alex, when he was growing up, he'd be like, Dad, let me give me some of the flyers. I was, no, because I can't turn around and I can't see you.
That's true too.
I no, you got to be right beside me. He said, I said, no, not gonna start it. You're too young. You about 7 or 8. No.
Mm-hmm.
He was always wanted to help. That's one thing about Alexander. He was always wanting to help.
Mm-hmm.
Even when we went to Washington, D.C. for the thousand youth march against gun violence.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to walk from the Capitol.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? The Lincoln Monument? No, the white. No, what is that? The one with the spear? That's Washington.
The Washington Monument.
Yeah.
I think
we
so.
had to walk all the way down there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I thought we were going to be walking a couple of blocks.
No, a march is more than that.
I was out of breath. I didn't have no water. And he was like, Dad,
I was about to say, don't let it be the middle of the summertime.
It was.
Yeah, no, I don't do those anymore. We did like 2.
I was sweating. I was sad. He said, Dad. And most out, I had my costume on.
Oh, that's even worse with the water.
And I was
the water is $4 a bottle. Forget that.
So he was like, Dad, I'll go find you some water. And he went and found me a bottle of water.
Mm-hmm.
He said, you okay? Do you need to stop? I said, no, I keep going.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, and then we had to walk back to the bus.
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't doing that no more. People called the police on me.
That's unfortunate.
Well, because they had on my costume.
Mm-hmm.
And you're up there in Washington. Mm-hmm. So when I got to
I've seen a lot more interesting characters walking around than a costume.
Right. But my costume is all black.
I'm telling you, I've seen so many other interests. Like, to me, that's like unfair that they.
That's the same thing in Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
The same thing in Virginia Beach. When the white guy killed the black teenager, and we was on Virginia Beach Boulevard, police told me, said, look, you got to take that costume mask off. I said, I'm not taking anything off. He said, you said what? I'll arrest you. I said, well, I'll tell you what, why don't you do that? Well, why don't you go ahead and put the handcuffs on me? Mm-hmm. Because see, in public, I can wear anything I want.
People do. That's what I'm saying. Like, I've gone to so many 5Ks out here.
Right. You can't go into a building with a mask on.
Understandable, but people still wear it out and about on the boardwalk. Like
right.
Yesterday.
But because when you wear black, it offends them. That's why people don't understand why they don't. You're offended because you're black, your skin tone, your melanin. That's why they get offended. Because you got to study who you are and know who you are. They know who you are. But like I try to explain to people, everybody is not the way other people are.
Right.
So you have to understand, you have to make, I done played in white clubs and I was the only DJ in there playing 800-900 people. Not once at the Heartbreak Cafe. Not once at Night Fever. Mm-hmm. That if somebody called me the N-word. Never. They'll come up, they would invite me over to the house. Like, I do watch horror pictures. How about you want to go out on the yacht? I said I do watch pictures.
I just don't go places by myself. Like, I'll bring someone else. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you come.
It don't matter who it is. Like, no, I'm good. Yeah.
I don't care who that's what I'm saying. I don't go even over to black people, neighbors. They be like, yo, you want to?
That's what I'm saying. I go with someone else. Unless I know you like that, that's different. But a lot of people.
I ain't going. I can know you. I only go. I know my kids. I won't go to their house. Like I said, I go to the movies. Mm-hmm. He was missing. Last time he was seen, he was at he went over to the kids' house. Mm-hmm. He went over to the neighbor house 5 miles down the road. Mm-hmm. He's been missing ever since.
That's funny.
I'm okay. I'm all right. Can you come to your house? No.
No. Oh, I'm particular about that. Somebody,
Right.
yeah, no.
You don't need to know what I can take you. We can go to lunch or dinner or
I
something.
mean, you can know where I live, but I'm gonna see you coming if you try to
Right.
come up in here. Like,
Yeah,
no.
I don't need
I literally anointed my door. I anointed
Right.
the inside and the outside. I anointed the sidewalk. I anointed the threshold, and then I walked all the way out to the city line and
Right.
anointed that too. I said, if you're gonna get past that, you can't get past this. If you can get past that, you can't get in the house. Like, no.
Right.
I did it on the front and the back.
Right. So, they want it's okay. I mean, I have close friends and relatives.
Yeah.
Do I invite my relatives over?
Some
Maybe.
yeah,
You
I was
know,
gonna say sometimes.
sometimes, but it's not that because I'm a spiritual
It's not
person.
that you're unwelcoming. It's
No,
just
it's not that I don't like them being here.
right.
It's just that I was always brought up in that. That's the way I was
Not
brought up.
everybody's in your space.
Right. My mom would tell me, even when she said, and I got 21, she said, it's time for you to get your own place now. I'm like, what? She said, yeah, you grown. I'm not putting you out.
Right, but
When
you
you
need to be
feel
thinking about
comfortable,
independence.
yeah, you need to be, learn how to take care of yourself and stuff.
Mhm.
I got an apartment out at Academy Park in Portsmouth. I stayed out there almost 2 years. I didn't know that. When I was single, I only had two people. I had two ladies come to my house, watch TV, and I fixed dinner, and they worked with me at the jobs.
See, as a woman, I want.
I'm like, well, it's 8:00.
Time to go.
You ready to go? Well, I thought I was going to finish watching this, and then we can. No. It's 8:00. I told you before you came, when I invited you, I will have you back home by 8:30 or 9. That'll make you get there 9:30 or 10.
It's time to go.
That was the first and the last time she came.
I
mean, I saw it work, but I try to be sociable, and people have at the clubs invited me over, and I'm like, I don't go out like that.
Yeah.
I like my freedom. If I want to paint something, if I want to read something, I want the TV up a certain, I can do that. It's not that I don't like you. I just like being by myself. Like I keep telling people, to a couple of people, I've been married twice. And out of all the time I've been married, I've only been single for 13 years.
Why do you say only?
Because I was dating.
Oh.
I was married for 30 years. 30 years. I've been married to my wife now about, 30-some years. I mean, dated, not married.
Congratulations.
20-some years.
Yeah.
Because we got married about 7 years later. And we've been together for over 30-some years, but we've been married for over 20-some, close to going on 30. But like I keep telling people, they're like, you trying to be a player. What? I tell guys like this. I said, let me tell you something. I turn down more women's than you turn down your shirt collar. Not because they're not beautiful, not because they're not intelligent, not because they're not attractive. I try to be what I'm brought up in church, and I'll sway it a little bit, but I'm single.
You might think about another decision or not, but that doesn't mean you're going to change your whole being for that.
Right. I love ladies. I love them because they're ladies, and you're supposed to respect them being ladies. But all this other stuff is for, like when I talk to young people or I do the talk show, sex is not love. Sex was done for reproduction. When you get married, that's when you're talking about love. You're committed to that person. And when you break those vows that you take, then you are a disservice to yourself and your wife and to the God that you serve. So I try not to. I don't been down those roads. It's not a good feeling. It hurts because with me, I can feel your energy if you're hurting, and I don't like that feeling.
Right.
I'd rather be in a fight with somebody,
right,
physically, than to be over there trying to figure, why I can feel you so cold, why you're not talking, and I can hear in my head that you know what you did, you know why I'm treating you this way, and nobody should live like that,
No,
man or woman,
and
So
they
I
shouldn't.
try to be respectful to ladies, and
Right.
it's not easy. It's a very hard thing to, as a man, it's very hard to turn down a beautiful woman. It's the hardest thing, one of the hardest things I ever have to do. But people are like, oh yeah, yeah, I know you're doing this. Okay, you can think whatever you want.
Right. Their opinion really doesn't matter.
Right, what you think about me don't matter.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to change my attitude. I'm a big flirt. Yeah, I'll do that. But even at some point, I have to pull back on the limitations because I don't want to be misleading. Misleading. And I tell people all the time, I don't talk to ladies for years, and they won't even talk to me. I've been knowing them, talk to them. I've taken ladies to dinner. They won't even answer the phone. Like I want to do something to them.
More like they probably misread the situation.
Yeah, because they want to be friends.
Right.
See, I was brought up to be the protector of people. That's the way my mother brought me up. I got to protect everybody. I had to protect my sisters, even they grown. I had to protect my brothers. When it was one Mike, Dr. Vaughan there, I had to protect him. I couldn't fight to protect myself because I'll get a beating.
That's not fair.
Well, that's the way it was.
Right.
My mother tell me, if you get sent home for fighting, I'm going to tear your butt up. And I know how my mama swing.
Mamas are scary.
hey, ain't no make believe stuff.
The dad is scary, but the mama surprise you. So
right, mom was like, but she said, only time you can fight is somebody mess with your brother or your sister. Tear their butt up. I ain't gonna say what she said. I said this word one time. I said, I was singing the song, I don't want to be a freak, but I just can't help myself. I think I was about 11 or 12. My mom said, what did you say?
You were a baby. Why are you singing that?
She said, where did you get that from? I said, it's a song. She said, go ahead, sing it again. I said, I ain't gonna sing it. You're right. I'm gonna pop you again. Don't ever let me hear you say that word again. So the way you're brought up is how you see the world. So I try not to be mean to ladies, and I don't be mean until you keep attacking me.
Yeah.
Because as martial arts, I can withstand a blow. But see, females know you can't withstand that tongue.
Yeah.
That tongue is like you're beating a man. It's like slavery. You're whipping him. That's why the court, you go to court. If a man go to court, there are those that haven't ever been. You stand in front of that judge. The judge gonna tell you, I don't know if they do it today. He'll tell you, that's my woman. She belongs to me. I'm gonna let you off this time with a $250 fine. But don't come back don't let her come bring you back to court. Why do you think guys are running? Why do you think most guys ain't running because they drug dealers or they done something wrong? Because of child support. That's the pipeline to prison. She got the power to put a man in prison for 10, 20, 30 years. So when people don't know why the law swings, all you got to do is learn how to respect that lady. Because if she just dropped one tear, and he got to hit the floor, to roll out her eyes, you might want to go and tell the man, take me back to the cell. That's where you're going to be at. That's why men are running.
I feel like the officers are getting better with that. When I did my ride along with the one in my city, and we saw a couple of cases. One of the cases, you could kind of tell they were both going at it. And they were both intoxicated, but the woman tried to talk over everyone. She just kept yelling, getting louder. and sounding more and more distressed. And so the only thing they could do was recommend them to do something. Like there legally wasn't anything they could do to separate them.
Right.
So they had her stay outside and then grab her stuff while he did something else. But the way they handled that, I think it's getting better. And
Well, yeah. Well, when you call the police can't do anything. He could ask one or the other, let him go outside, get his whatever their possessions is. Only way he can do something, he has to see it.
Right.
Two, I mean, if you're shot or something, that's a little bit different. If he's there, but most of the time they're gone anyway, strangle you or something. Only way he can do something, you have to go down to the police station, take the warrant out.
Yep.
You can't do it.
You got to go to the magistrates and get
right. That's what I'm saying. You got to go down to the magistrate, get that warrant. Once you get that warrant, their attitude change because they have the right to take you. But when you're in the vehicle, your vehicle and everything is registered to the state and the city. That's why it's called protect and serve. When you stop you on the street, he's serving what the city and the state rules and regulations. You ain't got to get smart with him. You get smart with him, you're asking for trouble. When they come, I already got my license, registration in my hand. So we don't have to have no conversation. Yes, sir. No, sir. I ain't got no problem to saying yes, sir, no, sir to nobody. Black, white, Filipino, China, Puerto Rican. If I can't see it, I'll no. You don't speak the English, you know. But I ain't got no problem dealing with people because I'd rather deal with you than to deal with God.
That's true too.
You know, so it's whole, everything is a spiritual thing. So your life here on the earth is a spiritual journey in human flesh. That's why Jesus died on the cross. That's why the blood went down from his head, the pierce in his side, the nails in his hands and his feet. Where did the blood go? Why don't you understand what that was? The blood went back into the soil from which you came. To purify, to let you know he died on the cross so that you could have everlasting life. That's what the blood of Jesus means. But nobody gonna tell you. You just have to read the scripture and pray for wisdom. Everything is shown to you when you pray. And you don't have to, I don't argue with the Bible. I try not to read the Bible and like people, you quoted scriptures. No, I'm not quoting. I can't read that long.
I listen to mine mostly, like an audiobook.
Yeah. I mean, I'll listen to some, but my spirit gonna tell me what to say. I don't rely on what man has already tampered with. You know, you got 2 or 3 books in the Bible, it's the same. You know, so when you read in one, you can go to another chapter and read the same thing that's already in a couple other chapters. So that's to know that they tampered with it. So, but I don't get into philosophy of that. I tell people what I believe in, how I treat people, and I'm just asking you to do the same. And if you don't, then we ain't gonna be friends. We ain't gonna talk. I'm not gonna call you, and you're not gonna call me.
And it's not your feelings.
Yeah, because I don't have nothing to prove to you. You know, I love everybody. If you don't like me, I still love you, because that's what the commandments say. Jesus died. He didn't know you. He died for you. God knows you. That's why he sent him. Because he said he was going to destroy the whole world because the humans were disobeying. And when they were that's when Jesus stepped up and said, I will go and take on the burden of the world. So we don't get into, I don't get into preaching. I get into my personal philosophy, how I think, and what I want people to respect. The fact I respect what you believe in. I ain't trying to convert you, as they say. I'm just trying to live to finish what I'm here to do. If I can do that, then I'm good. You know, I'm good. So, but I want to apologize to people for Serena Mann. She's probably in a meeting or engaged in something that she's doing in the community. But I want to thank you once again for listening to my rhetoric, my chatter, and want to thank Simply C for coming on and backing me up. and let the people know that, hey, this concert is coming.
Minds and GG2G presents the Legends and Leaders Benefit Concert featuring the legendary Force MDs. Friday, August 8th from 7 to 10 p.m. at Venue 757, 4582 George Washington Highway in the beautiful city of Portsmouth. The Legends and Leaders Benefit Concert with the legendary Force MDs, along with William T. Stars, Natural Blend, Juanita Wynn and the Core, Raspy Soul, Hope Cherie, and the Beauty Bar Glamour Show. Community leaders, celebrity guest hosts, featured artists, and special guests. Go to Eventbrite, $30 in advance, VIP 50, couples booth 100. A portion of the proceeds will support 4F's biggest back-to-school event. Impact Minds and GG2G presents the Legends and Leaders Benefit Concert, starring the legendary Force MDs, Friday, August 8th from 7 to 10 p.m. at Venue 757, 4582 George Washington Highway in Portsmouth. Get your tickets on Eventbrite. After party at 11.
Tender. Not you stopped it right then.
No, I didn't stop it. It stops itself. I have to catch it when it comes. So,
it'll loop otherwise.
Yeah, it loops. And
I'm sending that to my coworker to see.
And if you want to mention this event that's coming up again, that you got
757 Youth Explosion, featuring fellowship, faith, food, fun, live music, speakers, vendors, and more. Go to this free event right across the street from Granby High in Norfolk.
What's the time on that? I forgot.
Saturday, July 26, 2025. The time's going to be from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Hey, that's a great event, so I hope people take advantage of it. I will be hopefully let's see, tomorrow, Saturday, I'll probably be out there. I don't know if you'll be available or.
I have to double check because I did forget about some shifts.
Yeah. So.
I have a meeting in the morning, but I should be there. I might be able to be there after. Let me write it down.
Yeah, I'm gonna write it up for a minute. Take some pictures and do a little live broadcasting. But once again, I want to thank you for always, at the last minute coming on. I know you have a busy schedule, but it's good for the community because you are the future, because you are the generation that we are trying to reach. And for you to be a part of what we do over here, I really appreciate it. And, look forward to, collaborating with some other things that you might be doing or other people as well. About being a colleague of Old Dominion WODU Studios at Old Dominion University. We colleagues, and we try to express working as a team. It's not you are higher than me or I'm lower than you. Your knowledge of the world is more because you're with a military family, and y'all are originally from Hawaii. Your mother?
We're originally from here. My mom's from here. My dad's from Jamaica.
Oh, okay. I didn't. What Hawaii?
I just say it
live there.
People who there were people who were just too nosy, so I just have that I still live out there.
Oh, okay. Hey, well, you do go visit. Hey.
I mean, I saw my cousin last year.
Hey, I stay in Virginia Beach, but I'm born from Portsmouth. I'm from P-Town. But I go to church in P-Town, and I do visit some churches, other churches, and fellowship with them. And but I didn't want to change my home church that I was born in. So but that's me. Everybody do what they want to do. My kids, they were baptized there, but they're in other churches where they stay at in Virginia Beach, and so in Florida where they might be. But like I said, they do, when they do come here, they do go to West Fellowship at the home church.
That's nice.
So you have any closing words?
We just hit the hour, so thank you guys for staying with us the whole time. Like we've been talking about, connection, communication, and community. If you can prioritize those things, your life will be so much, I'm not going to say more fulfilled, but it'll be very fulfilling.
Yeah. Well, I know we'll be teaming up again. So, when your schedule permits. But once again, thank y'all so much. Don't forget to share, because sharing is caring. To the next time we meet, to the next time we greet. Serena Mann, I'm going to get you.